Hey there, it's Jared Hamilton with the Hamilton Group at Cherry Creek Mortgage. Welcome to another edition of Java with Jared. Once again, happy Friday, everybody. Hope everyone is doing fantastic. Well, rates are doing fantastic this week. We saw rates finish the week better than where they ended last week once again, so that's good. We're seeing the trend here continue. And we did see rates improve even despite having some data that would typically cause a headwind for interest rates. So rates were able to improve even despite some things that would typically cause interest rates to get worse. Saw a lot of economic data that was released into the market, especially the jobs report number, which I'll get to in a second here, but let me tell you about some of the other numbers that were fairly important. First of all, PCE, Personal Consumption Expenditures, which is the Fed's favorite gauge of inflation. That showed it actually declined a little bit last month, which is a good thing for interest rates. Went from 1.5% down to 1.4%. We did see pending home sales come in just up slightly, and it wasn't a big movement, but pending home sales were up a little bit, and that's despite higher interest rates and from where we were last year. So the year-over-year number for pending home sales is still up a little bit, and that's despite higher interest rates and a lot lower inventory. CoreLogic released their numbers for home price appreciation over the last month, and it showed an increase both on the month-over-month and the year-over-year number. Now, the jobs report, that's what the market was waiting for. It did show that there was an increase greater than expected. 209,000 jobs were added to the economy. Expectations were for about 178,000 jobs. So about a 30,000 swing there, 30,000 job swing, which is, a fairly significant miss, but not that bad. Rates did suffer a little bit on the news. Still, we're, up significantly over where we were last week because of what happened earlier in the week. Rates did suffer a little bit, but they're recovering from some of the lows here just today, just because the average hourly earnings number that was in there was not up very much, even despite these stronger figures. So it shows that there's not a lot of wage inflation, and that would typically be really bad for interest rates. Wage inflation is something that could cause things to get worse for interest rates, but it's showing that there was just a mild increase. It kind of held steady over the year-over-year number at about 2.5, only up 0.3% here for this month. But again, the year-over-year number remained relatively stable, and so interest rates did like that. We also did see the unemployment report or unemployment number go from 4.4 down to 4.3. So interest rates, even despite this better than expected jobs number, they're holding steady. And even despite the fact that the Dow Jones Industrial Average just hit record highs here this week, rates are still pretty good. So I think that bodes well for the rest of the year. We're going to see volatility, and we're going to see rates, some weeks get better, some weeks get worse, but I don't think that there's going to be a major trend here to the end of the year where rates are going to be, rising dramatically. So get out there, tell your clients that, even though inventories are level or inventory levels are low, great time to secure your financing now because interest rates are fantastic. We'll keep you informed as to what's going on. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call. And if any client needs help, we're working over the weekend, so be sure to give us a shout. Thanks for joining me with Job with Jared. Happy Friday again, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.